Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Friday's market wrap up here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And man, what a week it's been. We've two trade deals, the USMCA and this Phase One agreement, and an impeachment. Hey, if you didn't get a chance to attend yesterday's free brief we did at 4:30 after market close yesterday, I strongly recommend you watch it, folks. All you need to do to watch the replay is head to go.topgunoptions.com/replay-FT. That stands for replay full throttle. You have to watch this because, as I predicted, we're seeing a little bit of a sell on the news. Buy the rumor of this trade deal, sell the news. And to be honest with you, one of the reasons I'm doing the brief here at 12:30 is I'm a little confused about what exactly is going on, to be honest with you. So very confusing. And the market's kind of giving back all the gains. We got out yesterday of our bullish burner trades on China. We saw over $15,000 in bullish China profits in 1 week. On one trade was $11,000, and then a combination about 4 to 5-ish on two other trades. And we got out of those yesterday. Perfect timing. Hey, if you're ready to grab your slot and check out what we do here, Top Gun Options for a month, you just need to head to go.topgunoptions.com/joint. This is our new joint service. You get access to our tactical weekly options brief every Monday at 1 o'clock, and then the primary live trade brief is every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And I'm going to throw in our three manuals: primary, intermediate, advanced. Those are $197. And check this out. You're going to essentially make $2 because it's only for a month. It's $195. So essentially, you're making $2 to do this joint deal. You got to do it, folks, because this is going to get very, very interesting here. I've been sitting here reading the president's tweets about the Phase One. The tariffs aren't going to go into effect on the 15th. He's saying, hey, China's already talking about the Phase Two deal immediately, and they're going to be doing a bunch of ag purchases. The Chinese have not really said all this. So we're hearing that we both agreed in principle to this deal, but to be honest with you, the devil's in the details. I'm a little confused here. Real quick, I'm looking at an EWZ weekly options trade that ain't looking so hot, but actually, the weekly options trade from Monday isn't looking so hot. I put on a repair trade yesterday that's up $4,200 today, and we're looking at a net $1,200 gain. This is the 45.5, 46. I sold this 45.5, 46 bear call spread because this is bad news for Brazil. A good news China Phase One trade deal with the U.S. Is bad news for Brazil. Why? Because in the past couple months, or actually a little bit longer, China's been buying their ag stuff from who? Brazil, Bolsonaro. That's why last week the president more or less woke up and smacked Bolsonaro and Brazil with aluminum and steel tariffs because they've been jumping in bed with the Chinese and selling them soybeans. Those soybeans are supposed to be coming from U.S. farmers. So I'm going to be right about this, that EWZ is going to go down, but it's still kind of hovering here. So unfortunately, the weekly options trade from Monday sucks, but the repair trade, let's see what the break even on this is. The break even, let me click analyze. The break even on this trade is 45.70. So as long as we stay underneath 45.70, I'm going to make some profit on this. But if we stay underneath 45.50, that's a $6,000 profit in a day. So that'll negate Monday's crappy bear call spread. But I threw that on. Good commit criteria, good strategic mindset, right? Because good for U.S. and China is bad for Brazil in this case. But we'll see when the chickens are going to come home to roost. Hey, by the way, F you again, Facebook. Here comes the New York Post. The New York Post editorial board has named this piece of shit as a whistleblower. I named him as a whistleblower a month and a half ago, and Facebook threw me in jail for 30 days. Why? They said fake information. Everybody knows this guy is the whistleblower, and Adam Schiff is a liar. He's another human piece of shit. So this is the whistleblower. He's a Biden plant. He's a Brennan plant. And the fact that I got thrown in Facebook jail for 30 days is, well, at least I know what side they're on when the second Civil War starts. How about Trump launching Space Force, the $738 billion defense bill? What an absolute waste of money. The military is a pretty good bureaucracy. We manage it. We run it well. It's probably the best run organization this size in the world. However, this was stupid. We have a United States Air Force, folks. We have a Space Command. This was stupid. Now we're going to have another, just a whole new infrastructure. It's a waste of time and money. The Air Force could have done this. Bad move, Mr. President. In more politics, talking about the next Civil War, Virginia lawmakers threaten Second Amendment sanctuary cities with the National Guard. I'll say that again. Democrats in Virginia threatening to use the military to seize weapons? What the fuck? What are they, the Redcoats? Do these people not know history? And let me say, first of all, there's no way on God's green earth anybody I know that wears a uniform, either as a cop or in the National Guard, would ever do this. As a matter of fact, they'd probably turn against the government. Does this all sound familiar? I think I've seen this movie before. Wake up, Virginia Democrats. You want to be the start of the second Civil War? This is insanity. The fact that this dude actually said this it's insane. This literally, well, it wouldn't be a civil war, I guess. It would be a revolution. Keep it up, Democrats. Here's another reason why yesterday afternoon I said you got to get long volatility. Iran is most likely in the immediate future, call it within the next 30 days, going to attack U.S. They already have been attacked. The big Katyusha rocket attacks in Baghdad around our forces that are training Iraqis. Iranians are attacking us, and it's going to be on a larger scale. That's not going to be good for anybody. North Korea is going to launch a ballistic missile, most likely towards or over Japan. That's not going to be good. So even though trade deal yay, there's your trade deal yay. And now we're kind of, we might be selling the news here a little bit. I was saying we might get a good Santa Claus rally. I don't know. I'm gonna pull back my judgment on that and take the weekend, man. Going to sit on the beach, and I know that hurts for some of you up in the Great White North. But I'm going to sit on the beach this weekend. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to read. I'm going to do a lot of intelligence gathering because a lot of balls in the air right now. I mean, U.S. Here's the mouthpiece for the Chinese government. China-U.S. reached trade deal in principle for temporary ceasefire. Positive signs from U.S. Welcome, but more needs to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have a brain. China is not going to do one thing that it says it's going to do. So we're going to be back in this trade war. You've heard this here first. They're not going to stop stealing our intellectual property. They're not going to stop subsidizing businesses, and it's just the intellectual. Everything's not going to happen. And I briefed you what China said yesterday about the ag purchases was they're like, wait a minute, man, we get a better price from Brazil than we would from you. So they kind of threw capitalism. They pulled out the capitalism card and threw it back in our face saying, why would we buy soybeans from you when we can get them cheaper from Brazil? But, this is about to get very, very interesting. So I like this headline. U.S. stocks waver as optimism on trade wanes. I don't, I said I'll believe it when the ink is dry, and then I still won't believe it. They're not going to do anything. We're going to be back in deep into a trade war. So this whole, hey, we got phase one agreed to, and we're already talking through phase, getting talks started for phase two. They haven't even done anything yet, folks. They haven't bought one soybean from us. And the president is throwing around this 50 billion ag purchase number. The most the Chinese have ever bought in a year from us was 29 billion in 2013. You think they're going to double that because the president snaps his fingers? This is going to get interesting, man. Very, very, very interesting. So let's take a look at the VIX real quick. That's nothing. So the VIX is staying elevated-ish here, folks. Let's take a look at a 3-month chart of the VIX. So there's the freak out last week. It's staying elevated. Yeah, it's a little bit below that 50-day moving average, but as I covered yesterday, maybe Monday, Tuesday-ish, depending on what happens over the weekend, is when we get long volatility. I see a January, and that might be pulled forward, folks. If we really get Iran or North Korea action and we get kind of this just feeling about the trade deal and not good, we might have that January pullback pulled forward a little bit into December. So we got to stay frosty. We got to stay on our toes. Fantastic week here at Top Gun Options with those China trades and profits over $15,000. It was like 14.7 yesterday, but by the time I closed out one of the other bull put spread and the other portfolio, it was up to 4,500 or something like that. I got to close this one out. This one's at 1,600ish, or it can expire at the closing bell for max profit of $1,800. So great stuff here, folks. Like I said, go watch yesterday's replay talking about getting long volatility, or just grab your slot and we'll do it live on Monday and Tuesday. That's the best thing to do. Go.topgunoptions.com/join. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Go Army, beat Navy. God bless, and I'll talk to you on Monday.